So this is my English final presentation, and these are the favorite photos that I took this semester. This first photo is by the Battery in Charleston, South Carolina, where I went to watch the sunset on a Sunday evening. I took this photo for a Flickr. I thought a simple vertical photo to capture the view from my point of view was fitting. Therefore, the angles from my eyes as I held the phone up by my face to show what I was seeing. There is contrast between the different colors of the sky, but it all blends together nicely. There is some reflection of the sky in the water, which is beautiful, and the background where the road is sort of blurred. The foreground of the photo is the sidewalk, but the main focus is the sky. In the background are some cars and some streetlights. What was left out of the frame of the photo is a water fountain and some greenery to the right of the road. I chose this photo in color because of how beautiful the colors of the sky are. I added some saturation to increase the brightness of the sky a bit, and I also increased the whites of the photo to balance it out in order to make it look less unrealistic. I think I achieved the desired goal when taking the photo, as it is from my point of view and you can see the beauty I was seeing that night from the Battery. My mom said that she liked this photo, and what caught her eye were the birds at the top of the sky. This was interesting to me because my eyes always went to the orange colors, but hers went to the purple and the birds. The second photo is of myself and was taken a weekend in February when it was abnormally warm outside. My sister took this photo of me for a Flickr assignment, but I did not end up using it, but I still think it's a pretty cool photo. I chose to take this photo to sort of reverse the bokeh effect. I did this by trying to make it so my hair and face were blurry, but the background was focused, which I think it worked out well. The lighting in this photo was from the sun. The colors are simple, and I like how some of the reds and pinks of the flowers were on the sides. The foreground is my body, and in the background is Rainbow Row, some flowers, and some beautiful colored shutters. Some things left out of the frame of the photo is the rest of Rainbow Row and my sister behind the camera. I chose to show this photo in color because of the bright blues that stood out, as well as the pretty colors of the flowers. I think I achieved the desired effect of the goal of the photo because my hair is blurred like I desired. My sister thought the photo was a good representation of my smile when I'm happy, which is taking photos. I liked this interpretation a lot because I find it accurate, and I'm glad she saw it this way too. This third photo is another photo by the Battery in Charleston, South Carolina. I was there on a Tuesday after a long day of tests to watch the sunset to relieve some stress, and I could not help but take some photos of it. The sky is reflecting in the water, which gives the water an orange and dark blue effect. Also, the clouds are layered and have some beautiful colors in them as well. The textures of the clouds change as they get further away. They look more fluffy the closer they are. The foreground of the photo is the sidewalk and the railing, whereas the background is the sky. But I think the sky draws more attention even though it's in the background, which is different than the normal effect of foreground and backgrounds in photos. Some items left out of frame of the photo are some people walking along the sidewalk with some dogs. I chose to present this image in color because of the shocking brightness of the colors of the sky. I love this photo and I was very pleased with it, therefore I achieved and desired the effect that I wanted. My boyfriend said that he loves this photo because it reminds him of nights he spent down by the Battery. I liked this interpretation because to me, Charleston is my home and where I go to school, whereas for him it reminds him of his time there on vacation. I never thought of it this way, that a photo could remind someone of different times of their lives. This fourth photo is of the sky as I was taking off from Philadelphia to go to London, United Kingdom during spring break 2020. I chose to take this photo because it reminded me of Boston lit up all night. This photo is pretty blurry, but I like the effect of it. The only reason the photo is visible the way it is because of the lights from a bunch of buildings and houses. I like the contrast of the color of the dark spots, such as the sky and fields, and the parts that are more lit up due to buildings. I like how towards the bottom of the photo is more blurred than the top of the image. The foreground of the image is the ground and buildings, whereas the background is the sky. Items left out of the image is the actual plane. I chose to present this photo in color to show how the lights lit up the sky. I did achieve the desired look of the photo because I was able to see how the lights lit up the sky, which is what I wanted. My dad said that he likes this photo because it reminded him of traveling, which is currently not an option due to COVID-19. This fifth photo is of is of a flower van on Second Sunday in Charleston, South Carolina. I took this image when my mom came to visit the week before spring break. I chose to take this image from an angle other than straight on to capture all the flowers and some of King Street ahead. I like the layering of the flowers in the actual van. The lighting is from the sun, which is shining bright in the sky. The arrangement of the flowers in the van is interesting and also captures my eye. The foreground of the photo is the van, and the background is King Street, some stores, and some palm trees, as well as people. Some things left out of the photo is the other side of King Street to the right, along with many other people walking in the roads. I chose to present this photo in color to capture the pretty colors of the flowers in the bright blue van. I achieved the desired look of the photo, I just wish there were less people in the background. My friend Natalia, who has never been to Charleston, said by looking at the images I've taken, such as this one, it makes her want to travel there. This next photo is of a little beach in Wales, United Kingdom, where I went for spring break. I took this because the waves were crashing onto the rocks and it looked beautiful. I took this photo on top of my boyfriend's shoulders to get a high angle other than my point of view, as I am short. The layering of the rocks in the photo is pretty and helps cause the crashing of the waves. The textures of the rocks are pretty and almost look like mountains. The color of this photo is pretty blue, dark blue, as well as black. I added a filter to this image to intensify the colors. The foreground is the rocks and the background is the water, the sky, and the hills to the left. Some things left out of the frame was the steep rock that we had to climb down in order to take this image. I chose to present this photo in color to see the plain colors but how they're beautiful and complement the photo. I achieved the desired effect of this image by sitting on my boyfriend's shoulders. My boyfriend said he liked this photo and was surprised it came out the way it did because it's very different than my point of view, and he doubted my idea that it would look as different as it did. This final photo is one that I took heading back to Charleston from Boston after I went home for a weekend for a concert in March. I like the leading lines of the sky where the sun shines through. Part of the plane wing is reflected back onto the wing, and so isn't some of the clouds. The colors of the sky are very golden and blue. The foreground of the image is the ground and the plane wing, where the background is the sky. Some items left out of the image was the plane window where I took the image through. I chose to present this picture in color but added a filter to make the sky stand out. I achieved the desired photo for the sky. I achieved the desired look of the photo, which is of the sky. I wanted to be able to see the sun shining through, and you can. My Nana said that she liked this photo and it reminded her of religious images of God shining through. I thought this was an interesting interpretation because I never thought of it this way. In conclusion, these are all of my favorite photos that I've taken this semester.